Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that, cuts through the noise to get you those key insights fast. Today, we're diving into something we all do probably daily without much thought, the coffee break. But we're going to uncover its surprising power because look, the world of work, it's changed massively since the pandemic. Much more remote, more hybrid setups. And yeah, that flexibility is great, but there's this hidden downside, right? Disconnection. That feeling of isolation, it can really dampen creativity and honestly lead to burnout. So we're exploring how just a simple pause, especially one you share with others, can be, well, a really powerful fix. Our source for this deep dive is a great blog piece called Coffee Breaks, How Our Kitchenette and Lounges Spark Better Collaboration and Beat the Home Office. It's from Brandnook. They're a co-working provider in Indianapolis.
Exactly. And our mission today really is to unpack how these, seemingly small moments, grabbing a coffee, stepping away for a bit, aren't just downtime. They're actually vital for creativity, for real connection, and yeah, for getting more done, especially when you put them side by side with working from home alone. The article makes a strong case that this quiet isolation at home can dull creativity over time. It limits those spontaneous chats, the ones that spark ideas. And yes, it absolutely contributes to burnout. What's really key here isn't just that breaks are good, period. It's that the informal, low-pressure, social kind of break, that's where the magic really seems to happen.
Yeah, I totally get that idea of attention fatigue. It really makes me think of those days where you just, hit a complete wall. So if just a quick shift helps, what's the most impactful thing you can actually do in those few minutes to really maximize that mental reset? What's the actual science here? Why are these little breaks so effective?
Well, the cognitive research, it basically shows our focused attention works kind of like a muscle. If you use it for too long without a break, you get this thing called attention fatigue. And it's not just feeling generally tired, it's specific. It's about depleting resources in the brain's prefrontal cortex, the part that handles, sustained effort. So a simple shift like popping into the kitchenette, it lets those specific neural pathways rest. Your brain literally switches modes for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And what's really interesting is that light conversation, just chatting, it activates different neural pathways.
Yeah.
Your brain uses different networks for socializing than it does for deep focused work. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that shift, it helps prevent that cognitive overload. Plus, it actually stimulates the more associative parts of your brain, which is really key for creative thinking and just emotional balance. So think of it like hitting a mental reset button. It lets your brain recover and you come back sharper, clearer.
That makes complete sense. It's not just about stopping the work. It's changing how the brain is firing. And wow, it really highlights what you might be missing if your break is just, staring at your own fridge at home.
Yeah.
So, okay, if that's the science, how are forward-thinking companies or these co-working spaces actually designing their environments to tap into this need for resets and informal chats? How does a place like Brandnook specifically tackle this?
Right. It really comes down to intentional design, trying to encourage those organic interactions. Places like Brandnook, they get this. Their spaces are specifically built to, address that gap you find working alone. They're creating environments where grabbing that coffee can easily, naturally turn into a useful exchange, where a quick pause can genuinely spark some new energy. Their kitchenettes, their lounges, they're not just perks. They're designed as community touch points, places that foster connection, fuel creativity, and just support the natural flow of working together.
How do they do that specifically?
Well, they use things like open kitchen layouts. Even being pet-friendly adds a certain vibe, Casual seating areas, easy access points. It's all about making conversation feel, easy, natural, not forced. It's sort of engineering serendipity, making those chance encounters much more likely.
Okay, so it's about being deliberate with the design.
Right.
Whether it's a full co-working space or even just how you set up a corner in a regular office, or maybe even at home, trying to create that shift. But beyond just a place for a drink, what are the specific advantages, the real payoffs of these kinds of design spaces that we might miss otherwise?
Yeah, the article points out a few really concrete benefits. First is just built-in comfort and convenience. When you've got, fresh coffee ready, a clean, functional space, maybe some snacks. It just encourages shared routines.
Like the morning coffee run.
Exactly. Those morning iced coffee chats or maybe grabbing a snack together in the afternoon. These little things, they build a real sense of community because they become these shared rituals, these experiences.
Okay, makes sense. What else?
Second, they offer a great space for idea incubation, but in a really low-pressure way. Think about the lounges. They're comfy, they're relaxed. It's an environment where people can just brainstorm freely, kick ideas around, explore new concepts without the structure, the pressure of a formal meeting.
Right. No agenda.
Precisely. And these casual chats, they're often where you get fresh perspectives, unexpected collaborations pop up. You get that kind of creative progress that, frankly, scheduled meetings sometimes struggle to produce. It's almost like your best ideas show up when you stop trying so hard to find them.
Interesting.
And third, it's about creating a welcoming environment that helps you be present. Cozy chairs, natural light, just a generally relaxed feel. It helps people properly unwind and just focus on the moment, on the conversation. Being really present like that, it doesn't just refresh your mind, it makes the social interaction richer. It turns a simple break into something genuinely revitalizing, maybe even collaborative. And let's be honest, it's way harder to be truly present when your work laptop is staring at you from the kitchen table.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That idea, incubation in low-pressure spots, is compelling. But, okay, playing devil's advocate a bit. Couldn't I just have a quick virtual coffee chat with a colleague? Does that count? Is there something uniquely powerful about being in the same physical space that makes these co-working or office breaks actually, outperform the home office ones? Why do they seem to deliver more?
That's a really important question, and yeah, the physical environment seems to play a huge role. The article breaks down several key differences. First, community connection. It's simple but powerful. Unlike feeling isolated at home, just being in a lively space with other people fosters a sense of belonging. That's a big deal for morale and mental health.
That combats the loneliness.
Exactly. Then there are the serendipitous interactions. These spaces are often designed for chance encounters. Bumping into someone at the coffee machine might spark an idea, lead to an opportunity, create a connection you just wouldn't have made otherwise. That almost never happens on a scheduled Zoom call, right?
True. Very true.
And crucially, there's the physical separation. Your brain notices when you change environments. Actually walking into a different space, like a bright lounge, or even just moving to a different part of the office, it helps shake off that mental fatigue. It lets you reset your mind and come back with more clarity than just, say, walking 5 steps from your desk to your kitchen at home.
The change of scenery matters.
It really does. We also see real-time problem solving. When you're physically around other professionals, a quick question over coffee can get you immediate answers, different viewpoints. These impromptu chats offer a kind of diverse thinking and support that's just really hard to replicate when you're working solo.
Like having a sounding board right there.
Precisely. And finally, it's about building relationships. A simple chat over an espresso can be the start of something real. Those shared moments during breaks, especially the unplanned ones, they build friendships, partnerships, support systems, things that go way beyond just the work itself. It's that human element that virtual interactions, as good as they can be, don't always fully capture.
Okay, that makes a strong case. So whether you are in a co-working space or a traditional office, or even trying to make the best of working from home, how can you, our listener, take these ideas and really maximize your own break times? What's the practical advice from the article to make our pauses more, potent?
Yeah, the article offers some really practical tips anyone can use. First, schedule breaks mindfully. Don't just push through until you crash. Actually block out time for pauses, just like you'd schedule a meeting. It helps prevent burnout and keeps your energy up.
Be intentional about it.
Exactly. Second, engage in cross-industry conversations. Don't just talk to the same people all the time. Chatting with folks from different fields, different backgrounds, that can really spark new ideas, widen your perspective. You might even find unexpected collaborations that way.
Okay.
Third, practice active listening. When you're talking to someone, really listen. Put the phone down. Make eye contact. Giving someone your full attention, it creates genuine connection and understanding. You pick up on more insights that way.
Makes the interaction count.
Definitely. Fourth, share knowledge. Found a cool app, read an interesting article, have a useful tip. Share it during a break. It's a fantastic way to network, contribute to the community, vibe, and just position yourself as someone helpful.
Simple but effective.
Fifth, and this is huge, be present and disconnect. Seriously, step away from the tech. Put the phone away. Engage with the actual people and the environment around you. A real conversation, or even just a quiet moment observing, can refresh you way more than scrolling through feeds.
Harder than it sounds sometimes.
It really is. And finally, celebrate small wins together. A quick, hey, nice job on that report, or sharing a smile about finishing a tricky task. It boosts morale, strengthens that community feeling. Little acknowledgments go a long way.
So wrapping this up, it feels like in this era of remote and hybrid work where we can feel more isolated, these small shared moments, they're actually more critical than ever. For connection, yeah, but also for creativity, just feeling like you're part of something.
Absolutely. Real collaboration, real breakthroughs, they don't always happen in the scheduled meeting or the formal brainstorm. Sometimes it really does start with just grabbing a cup of coffee together. These moments, however brief, they remind you that you're part of something bigger than just your own screen, your own to-do list. And this really raises an important question for everyone listening.
Don't just settle for lonely breaks at your desk, right? Ask yourself, what opportunities for inspiration, for those unexpected collaborations, for genuine renewal, what might you be missing out on by not intentionally seeking out those shared pauses? Something to think about.